This is the gasoline puzzle from Tormented Souls, and we're going to talk through how you come to the solution. So we have the starting point of the gasoline right here, and we have our end goal right here, and we need to make a connection between these two without any sort of leak. And we can only use 3 caps to do so. The screenshot here is not a screenshot of the solution. I wanted to leave that in case you wanted to do it yourself. So the best approach is to start backwards at the finish point and work your way back, and you can find the necessary path by process of elimination. So if we start back from here, the first thing we're going to notice is that there's no way to the finish without passing this point, so we necessarily need one of our caps here. Here we're going to necessarily need this valve closed, otherwise we're just losing gas, and then since there's no other way, we necessarily need this valve open. So we go up through here. Now anytime there's a junction like this, unless we have a valve there, it's going to necessarily flow both ways, because if there's a flow coming from this direction, it must also pass through this way, and if it's coming through this direction, it must also come down this way. So we're going to have to expand both of these. Let's start with this side here. We'll just draw around that. And we see now that we come to this point here, so we know that that's our second cap necessarily. We'll go here, we have another junction, we have to go both ways again. And so what we see here is we have a valve. We can decide later if we want to open it or close it. Let's just leave it there for now. Continuing this, we see that it's kind of hard to see here in the 2D, but this is a junction in the back that connects this. So now we have all of these connected in a big loop, and we also necessarily have a flow going here, and we have it splitting up again. So we can decide later what we want to do with this valve. If we want to open it or close it. We're going this way up to this valve here, but also notice I passed this, and now this is our third necessary cap. And what that tells us, we have 1, 2, 3 necessary caps at this point, and we have our valves that we can open or close. And so what we know now is that any valve we open, if it costs us 1 more cap, it's not viable. So this one right here, we see that if we open this, we're going to lose more gas here. We don't have another cap, so we just know that that has to stay closed. This valve right here, if we open it, we're going to lose gas here. I have, you see the cap there, but remember this is not the caps that we determined we need are here, here, and here. So this one would actually be open just by how it appears there. And so we know that we can't open that valve either. So what does that leave us with? This valve here. So we open that, we go here. Again, if we open this valve, we're going to have a flow to here. We can't afford that, so we're going to leave that closed. And where does the rest of this take us? If we open this valve, we're going to have a leak here that we can't afford, so we're going to leave that closed. And this connects us back to the start point. There's our solution.